Hey guys, welcome back to my art channel, Pokegemz Art. Who likes hearts here? Guys, today in this simple, easy tutorial, I will teach you guys how to draw this poofy heart. Literally make it look like it's popping off your paper. But before we get started, guys, please hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, that way you won't miss out. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Today's project, we're gonna start out with a basic piece of paper and a pencil. Now, the first question we're gonna ask is, how can we draw a perfect heart? I mean, I know in my case, I always have a hard time drawing it where it matches on both sides. So check this one out. Like, my right side, I really like it, but the left side needs a little bit of help. So I'm gonna try to help it out here with a pencil. And that's the reason why I always start with pencil, because it is much easier to erase. But guys, I'm gonna show you an awesome art trick. Check this out. Take a separate piece of paper, fold it in half, and then from the crease side, draw a half of a heart. That's all you need to draw, is a half of a heart, just like this. Look how easy that is. All right, next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take out your scissors and you're gonna cut it. You're gonna keep the paper folded exactly as is, and you're gonna cut that half a heart out of your paper. Just like that, so easy. And then watch what happens when you unfold it. After you unfold it, guys, it is a perfect heart with both sides matching exactly. Simple little art trick. You can use that on other shapes too. So now what we'll do is we'll take that cutout shape, come back to our piece of paper, grab our pencil, and basically trace around it. That's it. Look at that. That's easy, huh? All right, after we're done tracing, like I said, guys, always start out with a pencil. That's what I like to do because you can erase if you need to. Now, this basic shape that we have here is what we're gonna keep. So what I will do is I will take my pencil and I'm gonna darken in the lines a little bit because I really do like the way that shape turned out. All right, guys, step one done. Next thing we're gonna do is measure in, give or take, about 1/2 inch on either side. Now, you don't have to measure it perfectly, but you're gonna draw an outline of a second heart on the inside of your main one. Now, what's important about this, and you'll find out in a minute why, is draw this very, very lightly. Just a slight, very light sketch, because we are gonna be erasing this line later. And now what you did on the inside, you're gonna do the same thing exactly on the outside. So almost forming like an outline of the heart outside of it and another one on the inside. All right, next step is we are going to draw lines outside. We're gonna draw lines across the entire paper because we're gonna, the whole point of this project is make it look like regular lined paper with a heart sticking out. So you're gonna measure your paper. I did it by 1 centimeter. If you're using inches, do it by 1/2 inch or 3/4 of an inch. Draw those on one side of your paper and then do the same thing exactly on the other side of the paper. Now, to draw my lines, you can use any color. You can use a red color, you can use orange, you can use blue. Guys, use any color marker that you like. I'm gonna choose the dark blue because I just think it really pops off the paper really nicely. And you're gonna draw your lines across the entire page. Now, but the trick is, you see those little lines that you drew there? The outside line, inside line, you're gonna stop it at those lines. So just like I'm gonna do here, guys, I'm gonna draw all the way across, but then when I get to the outside thin little line and inside, I'm gonna stop it and don't draw across that. Just like so. Alright, that's basically it for that step. And then, like I said in the beginning, that outside line and that inside line, grab your eraser and go ahead and erase those because we don't need those lines anymore. They were just kind of a guideline. And then, like I always do, I like to use my dry brush just to get rid of all my little shavings from my eraser, because sometimes if you use your hand, it can smear. Now, this next step, step number 3, I think this is gonna be the key step to make this look 3D. what you're gonna do is you're gonna take these lines and you're gonna connect them on an angle. So it's almost gonna look like the heart is lifting off of the paper. So you see how I draw this one straight down, and then the one across from it straight down to that. And you're gonna continue that all the way around the entire heart. All right, that's it. That was super easy. All right, step number 4, you're gonna do some shading. I chose to do this with charcoal pencil. You can use a regular pencil, even a black crayon, or maybe a very dark colored pencil. I love charcoal because it works great with the shading and with the smudging. Here's a little trick I found too, especially when you're using charcoal. Get a second piece of paper and put it down where your hand's gonna be. Because I think charcoal is amazing, but the only disadvantage of it is it does tend to smudge a lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then you're gonna take your smudging cloth and you're gonna start smearing it. You're gonna smear it towards the inside, and then smear it towards the outside. Now guys, I'm gonna speed up the paper a little bit, speed up the art project, but you kind of get an idea. Feel free to play with this for a while and smudge it back and forth over and over until you're really happy with that shadow kind of going from very light going into dark on the inside, and then same thing on both sides. And that's really what's gonna make it look like it's popping off the paper there, guys. I think this one was pretty easy. Guys, we used some basic materials. We used a ruler, we used the centimeter side, you can use the inch side, you can make your lines as wide or as narrow as you'd like. We used a nice marker with a fine point. You can probably do this with any other colors, but I chose a dark blue. I think it comes off really nicely. A really good eraser is very important. And then for my smearing and smudging and shading, I used a charcoal pencil. Like I said, you can use other pencil. I think the brush is very important, especially when you're doing your smudging and you've got a lot of erasing. And then I used my smudging cloth. In this case, it is a real piece of, it's called a chamois. It's just what I use. It's basically, I think it's from a sheep, if I'm not mistaken. It's an actual piece of leather. And that's basically it, guys. Super nice and easy. Guys, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will definitely see you guys on that next project.